The death count of cheetahs in Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh continues to mount. Just 48 hours after the Forest Department reported the death of one of the cubs in the national park, it has now said that 2 more have died, while the condition of the third one remains critical. All the 4 cubs were born to a female cheetah brought from Namibia last September, and she gave birth to all the 4 cubs in enclosure on 29th March. If you remember, on Tuesday, when one of the first cubs died, the Forest Department cited the evolution theory, saying that it was the weakest of them all, and the survival of the fittest really applies to them. However, with the death of 2 more cheetahs, they say that in fact all the cubs were weak, dehydrated and underweight. And they also say that the intense summer heat seemed to have taken a toll on them, because 23rd May, when the death was reported, the maximum temperatures were hovering above 46 to 47 degrees Celsius, and hot winds were prevailing over the region. They also say that the survival rate of cheetah cubs in African countries, in the wild, is generally very low. They say it's 10%, which means that out of the 10 cubs who are born, only 1 of them survives. However, it is to be noted that all these 4 cubs were born in the enclosure and not in the wild. Now, well, the exact cause of death we'll get to know it in some time, because the post-mortem examination is yet to be conducted. But it does raise several questions about Project Cheetah, India's grand wildlife experiment to restore the population of this endangered carnivore in the country. If you remember, India lost cheetahs almost 70 years ago, and over the last 7 decades, we haven't seen the animal roaming in the Indian forest. However, last September, the government decided to bring 8 cheetahs from Namibia and followed it up with 12 more from South Africa. Now, all this was part of an exercise to form a meta population of cheetahs in the Kuno National Park. But over the last 2 months, we have seen that 6 cheetahs have died, 3 adult cheetahs and now 3 cubs. The first cheetah death was reported in the last week of March, when Sasha died due to a kidney failure. Then male cheetah Uday died due to a cardiopulmonary failure, and then the female cheetah died due to a violent interaction between the animals. And now, out of the 4 cubs, 3 have died and 1 of them is surviving. Now, wildlife experts have also raised concerns over the long quarantine period that these animals have been subjected to since their translocation to India. Over the some of the animals have remained in the enclosures for over like 6 months, which may have put additional stress on them. And of course, the entire science of wildlife conservation through translocation exercise also remains debatable. So as of now, out of the total 20 cheetahs that we have translocated from the 2 African countries, only 17 adult cheetahs remain, and only 1 cub is now surviving. It's fighting for survival rather. So definitely there are worries and there are concerns, but we'll get to know more in some time.